What is going on, boys? So, today I want to talk to you about how dwelling on the past or not being able to move on quick enough is messing up your chances of success. Here is the reason why dwelling on the past and not moving on quick enough is messing up your future for success. Because the more you dwell on the past, the harder it becomes for you to actually accept the next opportunities that there are in life for you, right? Now, we've all heard the cliche saying that, when one door closes, another door opens, right? Or, for example, no means next opportunity, or just anything like that, right? And the thing is, that's actually true, right? To some degree. Because if you're able to move on quick enough, nine times out of 10, you'll find that there are so many better opportunities waiting for you. But because you spend so much time dwelling and just thinking about that decision that you made that you didn't like the outcome of, you end up missing out on the other opportunities that are waiting for you, right? So, a quick example I can give you guys, right? Whether it's you making a financial decision, right? Or maybe you wanted to talk to somebody. And this could go both for men and women, by the way, right? But obviously, I'm gonna speak to the guys, right? Maybe you wanted to talk to a girl and you didn't do it, but then later on you start dwelling on that, be like, damn, I should have did this, I should have done that, I should have talked to her, like, but guess what? You didn't, and now you have to kind of live with regret, quote unquote, right? But here's the thing: the fact that you're dwelling on it so much, guess what's gonna happen now? As a result, you're gonna end up missing another chance to potentially talk to another girl that's like right beside you that you find attractive. But because you're thinking so much, you won't even recognize that girl, right? Or maybe let's go back to the financial decision, right? Let's say you didn't make that financial decision, or maybe you did make a financial decision. It could go either way, right? Maybe let's say you did make an investment and it failed, right? You're dwelling on that so much that it clouds your judgment, and the next opportunity, you don't even take it because you didn't even realize it was around. And that's really the downside of dwelling so much. It's like the dwelling really just clouds our judgment so much, right? And I'll give you guys an easy example, right? I'm for the most for those of you that don't know, I've been trading for close to 6 years now, and I'm gonna give an example of that. I know I speak about it a lot, but that's one of the main things I do that I can always kind of relate in each video that I create. I day trade, right? I trade options. And by the way, if any of you want to actually learn how to day trade, you can comment in the comment section below, and I'll, point you guys in the right direction. I'm not gonna teach you personally, but I can show you guys some communities that I've been a part of. Well, only one community realistically that I've been a part of that actually has been able to teach me the right knowledge and the right things that I need to know when it comes to day trading. So I'll probably just share that with you guys. But going back to what I was saying, right? I'm gonna give you guys an example with day trading, right? So with day trading, it has taught me so much, right? How to control my emotions, how to move on quickly, which is probably the most important thing, how to just accept losses, and overall just discipline, right? Just a lot of fucking discipline when it comes to day trading because there's just so much that comes into play with it. And if you really want to be successful with day trading, you have to have those qualities, those traits. You have to have those intact, right? You have to have those under control. And so day trading has helped me with that a lot. So I've had scenarios, right, where I've taken a trade. Let's say it's a Friday, I've taken a trade, and my week was going pretty well. But however, Friday comes, I take a trade, and now I'm red. Like I gave back all of my gains for that week that I worked for, right? So I worked so hard 4 days straight, Monday through Thursday, to let's say make $500, and then on Friday, here comes Friday, I give all of that back with one trade. Now here's the thing: most times, what I used to do in the past is dwell over that, right? Like I would fixate on that, be like, damn. I would beat myself, be like, damn, what happened? Damn, I can't believe this happened. Oh my god, I just gave back all my gains one week, like in just one day. But then I realized that, and I had a situation that happened where um, that same situation happened the following week, where I actually lost all the money I made for the entire month, right? But here's what I did differently. Instead of dwelling and be like, damn, I really just lost all the money I made in 1 month in only 1 day. Instead of dwelling on that situation, I went and looked at different stocks that were moving, and I was actually able to make a play that ended up making all my money back that I lost that day and then some, right? So I went from being red, right, on the day that really gave back all my profit for the month, but I went from being red that day to actually being green, right? So I basically fixed the issue. I fixed the problem and I solved the problem. But why was I able to fix the problem? I was able to fix the problem because I didn't fucking dwell on the situation that happened, right? I don't care if it happened today, like literally a minute ago. It's in the past. That shit is gone. There's no fixing it. Obviously, yeah, in my case, technically speaking, I did fix it, but dwelling did not fix it. It was me moving on and looking for the next opportunity. That's why I was able to actually solve the problem, fix the problem, right? Because when you really sit down and dwell, you're just your mind is clouded, your judgment is clouded, and you can't make the right decisions, right? Because you're just thinking about this situation and you don't even want to do anything else anymore, right? You're demotivated. But if you can actually just move on quick, I promise you, there will be other opportunities waiting for you that you didn't even think were possible. It's like, damn, I was tripping over this one. This ended up being way better than what just happened. But the only way you get that is if you just move on quick enough and stop fucking dwelling, right? But again, like I said, we're all guilty of this. But a trick that I want you guys to practice, right, to kind of help out with that is whenever you have a situation that happens and you want to dwell on it, just think to yourself, be like, okay, I know this is bad, but is it really the worst thing that ever happened to me? And you'll find that 9 times out of 10, it's not the worst thing that ever happened to you, right? And so if it's not the worst thing that ever happened to you, that means you can come back from it. And if you can come back from it, all you really have to do is just move on and then strategize about your next plan, right? Because guess what? That situation already happened, right? So you dwelling on it is just wasting time. And then two, just making it worse on yourself because guess what? Now you're just gonna beat yourself up. You start to feel down. You put yourself down, and now all types of demotivation come into play. And so you really need to just focus on finding the next opportunity because it really is true, right? Anything that happens and it's not, congruent with the potential outcome that you really wanted, just tell yourself, okay, you know what? Cool, this happened. I didn't really like that happened. It sucks, but boom, move on, find the next opportunity. And 9 times out of 10, I promise you, once you move on, you'll see that, look, there's a better opportunity waiting for you, and it will actually end up being better than that last opportunity that you got. So just if you got anything from this video, just remember, do not dwell because it really is stopping you from achieving success, right? So that's my video for today. It kind of relates to the last video that I was talking about, which is, it goes hand in hand, kind of overthinking. But yeah, I hope you found this video helpful and drop a comment below if you did find it helpful. I'm gonna keep making videos like this, like I said. But just my thoughts for today. Hope you found it helpful. If you did, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you back in the next video. Peace.